good, CSG? Welcome back to a brand new video, man. Hey, I know in the last video I had a whole bunch of problems going on with the audio, but you know, it's already fixed now, hopefully. But yeah, man, roommate to death over a video game. Nah, we gotta check it out. Come on.
This is Christopher Swalwell, and he loves playing Mario. Sometimes he will play with his roommate, David.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
However, this time Chris played with David, he wouldn't walk out of there alive. Because this very game would be the reason David would stab Christopher over 40 times, just hours after this recording.
I may or may not have just get another piece of shit. And I'm dying too, so I don't give a because he was running away from me. Please, please, please. And I said, I'm not your prisoner.
What? Dr. Insanity, let's go.
After David committed his horrifying murder, he would call 911 himself, explaining to police what exactly just happened. David wasn't trying to hide the facts that he committed the murder, but rather claimed that it was done in self-defense. After all, what happened between the initial fight and Christopher's death is unknown. Police would quickly rush to the scene, but nothing could prepare them for what they were about to see.
Yeah, copy. We don't see him. We're gonna go in. We can get into the building. Hold up. Hold up. What apartment again?
Bro, I can't. That's why I don't be no police officer, bro.
What's going
I don't
on?
want to do that.
You're cut?
Yes, sir.
Okay, who else is here right now?
Dying in the bathroom in there.
Who is?
His name is Chris, as far as I know.
Okay. Ames 93.
He put his hands on me. Oh, yeah, it's just my best friend on the phone.
Where you just had someone answer the door here at the apartment.
I just needed a witness.
Okay. Do you have any knives on you right now?
No, sir.
All right.
No.
Can you make sure you're clear, okay?
Yes, sir. Please.
Who else is in the apartment with you besides Chris?
Besides the guy dying on the bathroom floor, no one.
Okay. All right.
There's this guy. We're gonna go.
Can't imagine how much
We have
crazy
somebody
stuff
leaving the bathroom.
happens
Get him
in
detained,
the apartments,
please.
bro.
All right, come on. Watch your step. Police department.
Which bathroom is he in?
He's right here. I got him on the floor. Police department, Chris? Chris, can you hear me?
On the floor, police would find a bloodied Christopher with large gash wounds on every visible part of his body. Most horrifying of all was that Chris was on his last breath when officers walked in, even managing to make subtle body movements. However, within seconds of the officer speaking with Christopher, he would pass away.
Chris.
Why did it?
Oh my God.
Why don't they just render to the aid, bro?
Chris, stay still for me.
That's crazy, bro.
Chris, I need you to stay still for me. Chris, can you tell me your name? Can you talk to me at all, Chris? It's all facial. Can't. Facial and head, yeah. Don't move.
What's all that blood back there?
I don't know what it's from.
There's got a guy last year from the top of his head. Yeah, I'll get him out of here. What do you want? There's a guy in a scalp. He's a scalp this one.
Okay. You just have to go on with it.
Yep. I'm here, Jared.
What's your name?
We gotta know what happened,
After
bro.
they saw the sheer brutality caused by David, officers would rush to detain him before he had even the slightest of chance to cause damage to anyone on the scene.
All right.
Face that wall for me, man.
Watch your step.
So, let me go ahead and say goodbye to you.
Which bathroom is he in?
He's right here. Got him on the floor.
Let me
Drop your phone. Drop it or put it in your pocket.
try and say goodbye.
He's got blood on him too.
Yes, sir. My foot is split open.
What makes this footage so terrifying is that David doesn't even seem to be emotionally fazed by the whole situation. He just mercilessly killed his best friend, yet he acts like nothing happened at all. Regardless, officers had a breathless body feet away from them, and with David now detained, All hands went on deck to get Christopher to the hospital as fast as possible.
On your account, Aaron. Hospital.
He did that all up in his own apartment, bro.
I got his. Who's got his left leg? Jared, grab both legs. Yep. 1, 2, 3. Just go straight down the stairs. Okay. Keep your hand down. Keep your hand down. You're right, buddy. All right. Keep there. Yep. Here we go. Going. Stairs. Going down. Take your time. Take your time. You okay?
Yeah.
No, keep your hand down.
No.
Keep your hand down there. You're okay. Go right. Ready? Down, top, high.
The officers did everything they could to get Christopher the help he needed, but it was far too late. The damage David dealt was so severe that even if medics had been on the scene immediately after the attack, he still would have died. With the intensity of the situation now slowing, detectives had one question that had to be answered. What could have possibly led David to kill his best friend in such a brutal fashion? Something devastating must have happened, or so they thought.
He recorded
because
it, bro?
The more they talked to David, the more obvious it became that this murder was about as evil and ruthless as they could have ever imagined.
I do kind of want to find out from you what's going on.
Put his hands on my throat. Do you see the red mark?
Red net. Okay. Do you guys both live here together?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you and
I
Chris?
just moved in Saturday.
Okay.
He thought I was going to be his prison bit.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning. Sean, what's your first name, sir? How do you spell your first name?
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Couldn't help but laugh.
I just want to make. I
No, I know.
Is it S-E-A or is it S-H?
Thank you. It is.
S-H?
I ain't gonna lie, you could tell he's a piece of shit, man. Bro's whole demeanor is crazy, bro. He is not showing no remorse, bro.
Yes. Okay, got it. Do you need? Can I grab your phone for you?
Sir, it didn't
Like,
release.
you just
I
unlocked
know.
your
I
best
gotta
friend,
fix that.
bro.
Okay, so hold on a minute.
Oh
Here.
my God.
Give me a second, okay? All right. I would like to take you down to the PD to talk a little bit more where it's quieter. So I'm gonna grab your cell phone. Do you want your keys?
Please.
You want SIGs to go with you too?
Please.
Is that cool?
6 months and phone.
So all that. I tell you what.
And if you wouldn't mind, lock the door. And my little girl behind us.
The fact that David asks to lock the door makes this whole case even more strange. It seems like David actually thinks his murder was justified. That even if Christopher put his hands around his neck, stabbing him over 40 times with a machete was the right way to handle the situation.
All right, Sean, my man, we got to get your foot checked out too.
What's going on?
Yeah, we're gonna go.
Did I do something wrong, or?
We're gonna go to the police department. So come on along.
Lily, you stay here, baby.
Yep. We'll make sure everybody's taken care of here, okay?
Officers would transport David to their station for their one and only formal interview with him. And as expected, he would continue to show absolutely no mercy for his crime.
My name is Matt, and I'm a detective here at the police department. I understand you probably need some stitches. I'd like to talk to you about what happened. Of course. And I'll leave that completely up to you, whether you'd like to go get your stitches, then talk to me, or whether you want to talk to me now.
Okay, I'm gonna leave that handled, and
No.
so let's just get it over with.
But no, it's completely.
No, I have a problem with that. Okay.
Yeah, we know. Jared, well, we can have him step out.
That's all we.
To add to the array of sadistic character traits, David would ask for Officer Brakins to leave the room, who happened to be the only black officer on scene that night. The police report would state that David had called Brakins multiple racial slurs and made racist jokes towards him just minutes after the murder had taken place.
Lock him up, bro.
That's some of the shooting thing, or not a shooting thing,
Awesome fan.
floor fan, family. Picked it up off the base and hit the inside of the head with it. And then put the base in my neck and tried to choke me out. And when I got up,
Bet neck ass boy.
I knew what I did tonight, gentlemen, but the mother put his hands on my throat and I defended myself.
Before I ask you any questions, you are here in handcuffs, so
Is that still bothering you?
Yes, sir.
Which one?
The left one.
Left one still?
Yes.
I ain't gonna lie. I would have made the cuffs even
hold
more
on.
tighter. I ain't gonna lie.
Put a second set in there. Can you?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's get a second set in there so it gets you a little more.
Just give me a minute here, okay?
David would demand his cuffs to be readjusted in order to continue the conversation. They would comply and move his handcuffs to the front of his body. But
What?
right when the conversation picked back up, David would start to show his true emotions.
There's one gentleman by the name of
See, this is when cops start making dumb decisions, bro. Like, bro, you could have at least loosened it a little bit, you know, and then have his hands in the back. But why have it in the front?
Todd.
It doesn't make any
It's
sense,
like,
bro.
I don't know his last name, by the way. The second night, I was there.
This is literally a level 18,
Sunday
bro,
night.
to society.
Chris ran up on him, and I'm not going to do that type of one because I know what would happen to him. But you know what?
All due respect.
No, I mean, he ran up on him like, get the out of my face, screaming at me, get the because we had to go to the store because I wanted to get some groceries and stuff. Just bringing in, you know, my share. And I called Tom and I said, would you mind watching my little girlfriend with my box? Yeah. Lily. I'm worried about her, by the way.
We're taking care of her. We got an officer out there that's with Lily, so
Do not put her on, please.
they're taking care of
my
her.
solution.
Okay.
Oh, she going.
Thank you.
Okay.
She going.
I retired last year because of the cystoma on the back. I didn't have the heart to. I'm sorry.
No, I know.
No, sir. No, sir, you don't. I lost my wife, my mother, and all three of my dogs all within 3 months of 2008. My next door neighbor walked that box over to me in one hand and said, "You need a friend." And I said, "I do." So I certified her and trained her myself.
Awesome.
And she's in that apartment, but after the stomas appeared, I didn't have the heart to make her work. So I officially retired last year. She turns 12, Valentine's Day next year.
While this has nothing to do with Christopher, it
Oh,
shows
God.
that David does have some carrying bones in his body. More importantly, now that he's in an emotional state, the detective wants to capitalize on this and try to get to the true reason why David murdered Christopher so brutally.
You see what he did? Or tried to do?
So how did you find the apartment?
He advertised it online. I found it on, if I'm not mistaken, Marketplace.
On Facebook Marketplace?
Yes, sir.
And where'd you move from, sir?
I'm sorry. I'm worried about my little girl.
I understand.
She don't have.
Bruh, you just unalived somebody, bruh. And you're sorry for your dog?
Listen,
Psychopath.
he was a friend of mine, actually. I just want your two perspectives. I want to see the look on your face when I'm about to tell you what was asked of me. When I told him about losing my wife, this was the worst part. I see it, and you're puzzled by it. I said, the worst part of what? Losing my wife? You mean other than losing my wife? The worst part was the last 9 months. Just watching her wither and die, and she was not able to even respond. And my best friend was the one that brought all that home to me. 43 years I've known this woman. She's the one that brought it all home to me about 6 years ago. We were talking on the phone, and I said, "Love you," and hung up, and she called me back and said, "God damn it, I'm still talking. What are you hanging up on me about?" I said, "Well," then I said goodnight. She said, "But you didn't say goodbye." And just don't. You said that. Yeah, you did, aren't you? I never got to tell my wife goodbye. Because those last 9 months, she was unable to respond. I didn't even realize I was doing it. But to this day, when I talk to you on the phone, I'm not going to say goodbye to you. I know what I did tonight, gentlemen, but I was attacked. And I'm not comfortable.
It seems like David simply lost everything besides his dog. His wife, his mother, and his dog's passing. He felt like he had nothing left to lose. David used Christopher attacking him as fuel to take his anger out on the world. However, despite him willingly pouring his heart out to the detectives, he still feels the need to hold up on his self-defense claims. Fortunately, the detective has some tricks to try and whittle this claim down. He'd first start by getting a recollection of events that led to the murder.
Yeah. How can I help you?
So, tonight, like, let's, go back to like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay.
All right. Can you just kind of walk me through everything that led up to this?
I can. About 3 or 4 o'clock was about the time that he had come out. He has
come out of his room?
You still got a Mountain Dew obsession, bro.
Well, he had an Xbox.
Holy.
Out in the living room as well as in the bedroom, and my PlayStation 4 had just cracked it out. My thing went running, so I couldn't use my PlayStation, and I said, "Do you mind if I use your Xbox?" "Well, no," I said, "an account. He needs my credit card information for Xbox."
Well, yeah, so you buy your
I'm
game.
just trying to play your console, dude. I don't want to buy shit. Well, it's just $1 to get you registered. Okay. He needs all my previous addresses and all this. I'm thinking, what the are you doing, dude? I just want to play your console. Is this a recurring charge? I asked. Yes, $1 every month. It was worth.
Okay, so you unalived somebody because they taught you how to use the Xbox. I mean, you have to fill out those informations when you log on to the Xbox and when you get the Xbox. Oh, but he's old, so he wouldn't understand. That's how the world works.
About 3 minutes later, an email. You can pull it up on my phone. It's right there.
All right. Okay. If you want to show
$15.99 a month recurring. The mother.
he signed up for the trial and then
Yes, sir. Shotgun knocked on his door.
Bro got the gold.
And you guys say, "I'm sleeping," he says. Really? 5 minutes after you just walked out of the room? Okay. I do have a question. I'm sleeping. He screams at me. I'm going to say, that's when he came rushing at me with the fan and all that.
Okay. So is the fan in his room?
Yes, sir.
And he came out of the room?
The fan's still in his room. A couple of pieces. Because he used part of it to try to choke me out.
So he...
The base on it is what he pressed against my throat. And his 300 fat sat on my chest.
According to David, once he confronted Christopher about the additional $14 worth of charges, he seemingly burst through his door and attempted to choke him out. Obviously, this seems extremely uncalled for and far-fetched, so the detective would try to debunk this as much as possible.
Yeah, I'll say that's BS,
Flip him
man.
off. What happened next?
That's BS, man.
I know you are.
I flip him over on his back.
Okay.
I jump up. He'll take off running. He throws something. I don't know. It hit me in the back of the head, so I would assume either the stem and the base, the fan and the stem, or the base itself that he was trying to choke me out with, something that hit me in the back of the head. I ran to my room because he had already put his hand on. I knew what I was going for.
Okay.
And I went and got it.
And what was that?
It's a kukri. You know what that is?
Is that... No, I was thinking a karambit with it. So no, I don't think think I know what style of blade that is.
It's a short machete with a thick curved blade. Okay. It's a short machete.
Anybody with this machete, bro, needs to be prosecuted, bro. I don't care if y'all have it, bro. Y'all don't need it, bro. Simple as that.
Curved blade. Okay. Shaped like a banana.
You got that from your room?
Yes, sir.
And
out of its sheath. Because I slept with it the last 3 nights. Because of the first night he came back.
Oh, it's premeditated.
This is David's first major slip-up.
Yeah.
He clearly states that he managed to get to his room without Christopher attacking him, yet proceeded to grab his machete and approach him to attack. If he truly wanted to safely de-escalate the situation, he could have easily shut his door and called 911.
Exactly.
David had no intentions of de-escalating, but rather to kill. And what he says next would prove this even further.
And then did he come into your room, or did you go back out of your room and...
No, I came back out of my room and met him in the hallway as he was heading to my room. I met him that way.
Bingo.
That's why.
He knew he messed up, bro.
I saw the blood.
Look at that.
There's blood from the hallway all the way in.
So you guys kind of met in the middle between the rooms there.
And then I shoved him back in the bathroom and said, "You're gonna die. That's what you fucking me on my floor." I'm already dying, John. From this tube in my hand, I don't give a fuck. But I'm not gonna let him put his hands on my throat and try to attack me. Not without a fight.
So you shoved him into the bathroom? And you...
I didn't shove him. I spilled his goddamn straw. And he fell in there. Because he was running away from me. Please, please, please. And I said, I'm not your prisoner.
This was the nail in the coffin for David. His efforts to claim self-defense were meaningless after what he just admitted.
Literally followed the guy or hunted him down.
You want to keep talking prison? You want to try to punk me out or something? Is that your game? I'm not your prisoner.
So, where was the first blow that you landed?
Towards the end of the hallway, just as you come from my bedroom to the kitchen /
I was in the apartment, so not at his room door, but
no, not at that
as you're coming in.
Remember that hallway where I went down in my room?
Yeah.
Okay, where that hallway ends, at the beginning of the kitchen / living room area, those blood drops.
Yeah, that's where all the blood was in there.
And then where did that land on his body? You remember?
First one, I recall, it would be the right hand side of his right.
Right, his right hand side.
And he was facing, he was facing away from you when you said he was recruiting.
He was looking right.
Bro, he's having a full-blown conversation with him, bro. That's insane, bro. Check him out, bro.
Oh, okay.
And it was in
Check him out, bro.
Your left hand. The blade.
The blade?
Yeah.
It was in my right hand.
Okay. So
what?
If I had a blade in my right hand and it hit the right side of his face,
Yes, right.
was it cross?
Yes, sir.
Kind of like that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So one was here. Was there a second one?
No, there was 3 or 4.
3 or 4? Were they all the same motion to the same side of the body, or
I couldn't tell you.
after that first one?
After that first one, I couldn't tell you, to be honest with you.
Okay. At any time, did you feel like you had a chance to separate and get away from him?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
I mean,
What he's done, down,
or that when you
out for the count kind of thing?
or when you came out of your room and he saw you had the blade.
Oh no, he was still trying to fight.
Okay.
He
And
didn't go down until I had Zoe on the phone when they arrived. Because I called Zoe. And I said, Zoe, I'm going to jail. She said, oh, goddamn, what do you do? You gentlemen have been in tussles. Do you stop until they're done? No. I just kept swinging.
and he kept moving backwards.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Look, I'm just telling you. I kept going until it was done.
And you said you picked up part of the fan at some point?
I picked up the fan, yes.
Because that was still somewhere close.
It's all over the bedroom, bathroom, there's
Yeah, gotcha.
pieces of it everywhere. We saw it.
I saw it, yeah.
What'd you do with the blade?
You want to answer that one? You know where.
I know where it's at. I was sitting on the dining room
I
table.
left it.
On the
You know
dining
where
room
dining room
Yeah,
table?
on the table.
Was anyone else, was Todd at the apartment when this happened?
He was. Matter of fact, I went back and knocked on his door and I said, Todd, I may or may not have just get that motherfucker piece of shit. He started shaking, quivering. I needed some alcohol and took off. When was the last I saw Todd?
And that was before we got there.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So you had moved here from Bryan, you said?
Yes, sir.
And Bryan's in Arkansas?
Brian. Arkansas, yes, sir.
And I guess, do you have family in Ames or?
I have no family. My wife and my mother was the last in my family. I'm all alone in this world. And I'm dying too, so I don't give a f. I really don't.
Because you said you have a tumor?
Yes,
Is that what
sir.
you said? Sorry to hear that, man.
The entire, matter of fact, these are the doctor's words, not mine. It's the largest they've ever seen. They don't know how I'm walking around. But it's the same thing they said when they said I'd never use that arm again, too. That's the one I used to take that mother head apart tonight.
Do you feel you went overboard tonight?
No, sir. I didn't go overboard. I did what I had to do to get that big fat off of me. He outweighs me by 120 pounds. I did what I had to do.
And this seemed to be all detectives needed as well. It was clear as day, David was a cold-blooded killer. However, as they were about to wrap up the interview, David would make one final chilling statement to everyone in the room.
I'm not sorry for what I've done. I did what I had to do.
What that nigga crying,
I
boy?
hope you gentlemen understand.
Do you need another tissue?
David spared no remorse to Christopher and wanted
Get
the
our boy some
officers to be
Kleenex, man.
fully aware of that. Unfortunately for him, the judge wouldn't spare him any remorse either, and David Sean Hunter would be charged with first-degree murder for the brutal killing of Christopher Swalwell. In September of 2021, he was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. He would file for a mistrial later that year, but was swiftly denied by the court.
What?